Now we get to the goodies that are take homes for you to be able to do at home. Resident safety at home is incredibly important. I always say baby proofing isn't the best option, because when you restrict people from things, it's a dignity thing, but also people will rip those cabinets open, or they want to get into where they can't get to. So I'm going to give you some solutions that can eliminate kind of the locking everything up, keeping your loved ones safe, but allowing safe autonomy within the house too as well. The first one here is the bathroom, to really focus on to minimize the amount of falls. Things like a contrast toilet seat works wonders, because they can actually see where they're sitting or go in the bathroom. White toilet, white tiles, they don't fully see that, so sometimes they'll miss the toilet and break a hip. So it's really important to provide that. In the top right-hand side, they actually have this on Amazon, it's like 10 bucks. It's actually a cloth that goes around the toilet seat, so you provide that contrast. Most seniors go through a process called sarcopenia, which is the thinning of the tissue and flesh. So things like cold and hot will really spook them. So this just kind of puts some insulation on that toilet seat, so when they sit down, they're comfortable, but also provides some contrast. The next photo over, you're going to see a sleep aid nightlight. These are like $19 on Amazon. Fantastic tool. This actually, the color red fosters melatonin production and will keep your loved ones sleepy. And then also the glow-in-the-dark toilet seat to the bottom right. I'm working with a home care agency that's using these. At first, I didn't think it was going to work, but they're working beautifully well. It actually illuminates the bathroom and provides contrast where people don't have to turn on the lights to go to the bathroom. Also, labeling things throughout the house works really, really well. Just to be able to label where the toothbrush is, where different things are, where the towels go. As your loved one declines, they're going to need more help and assistance. So sometimes a word won't work. So you might want to actually print a picture and put the picture on the cabinet, like a picture of a toothbrush or a picture of a towel. There'll be more visuals, actual images. So keep that in mind. To the bottom left hand, that little thing that looks like a little alarm. This is incredibly important. I can't tell you how many people living at home will put something in the toilet, flush it, and flood the first floor, which increases the chances of falling, but also home damage. These little sensors are about $5 on Amazon. They go behind the toilet and they actually put out a really loud noise so you can be woken to it. Or they have ones that are about $20 that connect to Wi-Fi. So if you live down the street or a few miles away, you could actually get a text if mom's living at home and the toilet's flooding. And you could call her and let her know that the toilet's flooding to go check it out. So there's some tools for you. The bedroom is also a place of that we should really encourage safety. One of the best things I always tell families, and I always get calls after, is blackout curtains. So many people with dementia have difficulty sleeping, and we want them to sleep as much as they can, and that's really good for their brain. They should be getting anywhere, some people argue 10 hours of sleep, but 8 hours of sleep is the most recommended. But some people with dementia want 10, and sometimes if they go further, 12 hours of sleep, depending. But blackout curtains can foster circadian rhythm, decrease even sundowning, but also improve sleeping habits, which is linked to decreasing falls, to improving cognition. So it's really important to help people sleep. Other things like you want to have contrast in the bed, like I mentioned, so different color pillowcases. Another thing I see a tremendous amount of falls in the bedroom at home is places where to sit. So making sure that you have places for that person to sit for care as much as possible. Labeling, which we talked about, labeling all those cabinets, and also sensors. I've seen some really great success. You can get these sensors for $30, $40 that connect to Wi-Fi. You put them in the room, so you know when your loved one's out of bed, or if you're a family member and you live miles away, you'll know mom and dad's up, and it will actually track when they leave the bedroom, when they come back in. So you can give them a call and make sure that they're safe, just in case. So it's just a good way to provide a layer of safety for them. The kitchen can be alarming. I always say you want to label things, get rid of all the things that might get them hurt. There's also a really great tool I love. You get green knobs, put them on cabinets that you leave unlocked, and the other cabinets you would lock. So you allow autonomy. What this does is it conditions the person to say, anything with a green knob I can get into. So you put all your snacks in there you want them to get to. I've also seen really great success to put the food on the counter. So if you have snacks and you want the person to know where they are, just put them on the counter in a bowl. And at night, wherever that like hangover light is on the counter, put it right under there. Light will actually draw people's attention and it'll keep them safe and actually navigate them to know exactly what they want. Also decluttering as much as possible. We talked about the different color plates as well. Some other things I suggest for people living at home is safety does become a big issue. So one fun fact I didn't share with you is people with dementia will wander in the direction of their dominant side. So that's typically whatever hand they write with, but not always. So knowing that is incredibly important. But also having a face sheet at home where it has your loved one's photo, some basic information, their nickname, and where they might want to go. Because it's a very high risk if somebody declines to wander out and go looking for things. So having this on hand for first responders to be able to revisit that is incredibly important. Sensor alarms are really great too. Leveraging technology. For example, at Home Depot and Lowe's, one of those, they have, I think it's called the Cube. It's only like 20 or 30 bucks, but you charge it and you put it anywhere you want and you can track it by phone. So you could literally put it in their pocket, you could put it in their pocketbook, and then you would have that. So if your loved one did go away, you could actually look it up immediately in real time and know where they are. So you could cut down search time quite a bit. Minimizing wandering triggers, which we talked about, and obviously work with professionals. Most assisted livings offer different things like coaching sessions or support groups. I always say the more knowledge you have, the more success that you're going to be.